Hi. It depends on where you are, so I wouldn't say good morning, good evening, or good night. But I have an interesting topic today. For a minute, I wish I would say let us pray, but I'm not gonna do that. I wish us to talk about some very important topic for people who are diverse about their thoughts and their wishes. If you are interested, come along and let's listen in. So, I have had a privilege of not just being with, but being able to wine and dine with people from different cultures. I'm blessed, we will say. So, some of you are interested in intermarriages between races, cultures, and probably tribes, but not as much. I'll not talk about tribes right now. I'll just talk about people who are interested to get married or to intermarry with people from different cultures in terms of race. Okay, I'll talk about an African woman that I am. Things that are very important to us or to me specifically. And I'm sure a lot, if not all women, can relate. I have 10 points of things you really need to take very seriously before you consider to pick an African woman. I'm not talking about an African woman pretending to be something else for a minute. Remember, that pretense sometimes, if not all the time, so soon fades off. The first thing, African woman, it's very important for you as a man to be able to provide, I'll call it the wallet. Be able to have the wallet muscles to take care of her. It's very important for her to know for sure that she is secure. Her children are secure. Her great-grandchildren are secure. Because even if you have an empty wallet at the time, you can show her that you'll get there. Your wallet will be strong enough to hold them together. A second thing is, if you can hear me speak, my voice is a little too high. You know what? When things get hot, it gets higher. I can speak very fast. I can speak very aggressively. I can actually bring it all out. Not just on you, even on your clan and your ancestors. So don't bring it out. Another thing you need to know, I'm assuming I'm talking to a white man, a Chinese person, a Filipino, an Indian. It doesn't matter because I'm an African woman. I'm going to speak for me. For the things you might really need to know. Another thing is you need to have the muscles. You need to have the muscles. Because when we start going, we keep going. And we don't stop. We go all the way. Be here stopping me every other place like your brakes are breaking every time. Stop it. You need to go all the way. Use that knowledge however you like. Another thing about African women is that they're wise. One that is educated, one who's not educated, one from the big city and one from the village. We are smart. We know what we want. We will go for what we want, and we are very intentional about whatever it is we get our hands to. So if we are intending to stay in this marriage, we will make it work at whatever cost. We're not saying we're coming to fight. We are going to use wisdom. Another thing that is very important to African women is family. Apparently I have a story. Somebody was like, it's my things and my wife. So your parents, I'm talking about his parents, didn't matter. For us, family is very important. I'm talking about family in the extended limits of you, including your parents and your sisters. Very important to us. So you're not separating me and telling me you're going to the restaurant and you're only paying for your food and my food. You're not paying for your sister and for the friend. No, you're paying. Get used to it. Because family is very basic to us. It runs in our veins. It runs back to back with the white blood cells. Get used to it. Another thing that you're not going to do or to pretend as if you are not going to do is respect. You're going to respect my father, my mother, my elder sister, my elder brother, every other person, including the little child in the home. You're going to respect the people in the restaurant. You're going to respect everything that is got to do with me, including my own clothes. Respect is very fundamental. There are things you're not going to say. There are words you're not going to use. Because you know what? Respect is the breath we breathe. Get used to it. The other thing that you might really be shocked about is our culture. You could take me from here to there, but my culture stays with me. So if this is how we cook our ugali, or that is how we roll our chapati, or this is how we dance, get used to it. Because you know what? My culture dictates that my dress will go a certain length. That when you come to my parents, you're putting on your suit and not your jeans. Get used to it. My culture dictates that you're not going to my parents empty-handed. And my culture dictates that I'm a woman and I have my place in that table. I might pretend to you that I don't mind. I do. So choose the lane. How long you want us to go with the pretense, or you had rather know earlier enough. Another thing that you might really need to know, this is my number 8. That's right. My number 8 is limits. We have our limits. We have our limits. We have how far we can go. If I decide today I'm going to quarrel you for 3 hours, it's going to be 3 hours straight. That's the limit. It's not going to be shorter than 3 hours. And if I decide that we are going today to have this discussion, we are going to have this discussion. There is no borderlines on it. You're not going to program me in a certain way. No. I would allow you the first 1 week, 1 month, probably 1 year, 2 years, yes. But I have my limit, how far I can go with trying to, entangle myself into your programs. I'm not a machine. Another very important thing to an African woman is food. Very important. Look at me right now. Food. Very important. I'm not talking about potatoes. I'm not talking about cabbage. I'm not talking about soup. I'm talking about food. I'm not talking about bread. I'm talking about food. If I say I'm cooking food. Because I said you need to have the muscle. Because I said that you have to have the wallet. I will ensure that I've cooked and you have eaten enough. Because you need to go work, get the muscles, get the wallet. The last thing, lo and behold, religion. It doesn't matter where in Africa you come from, if you're coming all the way from the top or you're coming all the way from the bottom. In Africa, we do recognize religion. I am not limiting it to Muslim or Hinduism, but as Africans, we have religion. And you know what? We do adhere to our religion in one way or another. I might tell you we are not going to church, but when we are served food in the table, I'm going to tell you, let us pray so we can bless the food. All these things put together. Let me count again. Your wallet, the noise I'm going to make to you, your muscles that you're going to have, the fact that I'm going to come unlearned, but I'm going to be very wise. The fact that I do adhere to family. I do recognize and appreciate family. The fact that respect is paramount in this. The fact that culture is one thing I am, knitted into. The fact that I have limits of how far I can go or I can allow you to go. The fact that food is very important to me. The fact that religion is part of my name. All these things put together. It's about time for you to choose. Are you still interested in interracial kind of arrangements? Let me know.